Nice.
Real nice. Hey, everyone. Welcome to another Bacon Bit. It's kind of a surprise Bacon Bit. I think a surprise.
Surprise, everyone.
To all of us.
It is.
To me and you.
Yeah.
And everyone listening.
Look, guys, this is a momentous occasion. Can I just say that? Today, I pitched a Bacon Bit today.
Yeah, thank you.
And Joel agreed to it on the same day. This has never happened before. Ever.
Joel's getting a little number hungry, I think.
Give me numbers.
Because he's really liked how we looked last month. And also our numbers were good as well. And so
we were wearing nice stuff.
He's loving the Bacon Bits. So let's just make a Bacon Bit for anything.
I was nervous about this show until Kent said, hey, if it's terrible, we'll just scrap it, not air it. And I went, okay, good.
Yeah, really? You're okay with that?
That's fine.
Just wasting air.
Oh, that is probably a good policy generally, right?
Yeah, I throw everything
We
up.
only air 1/3 of the shows we ever record. So
missing
other
Bacon
two?
Cell episodes. It's like Tupac. When we die, there will be Bacon Cell episodes for at least 2.5 years. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
When we all die.
That's a good plan.
Yeah.
So for this Bacon Bit, fellas, we're going to talk about this new announcement coming from Disney.
New announcement.
And that is redundant, yeah.
It's breaking news. It's okay.
Breaking news last month.
Yes.
Well, sort of. I mean, yeah.
No, Jacob came to me today and he's like, you guys, we should talk about this. And I'm like, that's old news. He's like, no, it's new news. It's today. And I said, it's not new news, but it was an update on news that came out last month.
It was like, it was,
clarification.
How do you explain this? You know, it was the thing that broke the straw that broke the camel's back sort of thing. It like pushed it over the edge into, I think, totally new territory. So clarification, what we're talking about is Netflix is starting its own streaming service starting
in 2019.
In 2019. And in 2018, they're going to start pulling all their everything Disney from Netflix. Everything.
Unless you think, oh, that doesn't affect me. I don't really watch animated cartoons. Disney also includes Marvel properties, Touchstone, and Star Wars.
Star Wars, obviously the Pixar and ABC properties as well.
Yeah.
Hold on. Are we talking like Disney teen shows? Like
I like how those didn't come up.
Hold on, like Jessie and
Jessie?
Go on with more names you know.
Hold on.
What's Jessie?
Jessie is, hey, Jessie. Ooh. It's a teen show with...
Is this a pitch show? Are we doing a pitch show right now?
No. This is a real thing.
Hey, Jessie. Ooh.
Does he have superpowers?
No, Jessie's a girl.
Does she have
like
a...
the
Jesse
Disney
Spano
shows.
from Saved by the Bell.
No. It's like Hannah Montana, those kind of shows. Lizzie McGuire, that type of variety.
Are those
she
even
a
on
witch?
Netflix right now?
So my 8-year-old, she watches those really trashy teen
Is there
Disney
a ghost
shows.
that she can see that no one else can see?
No.
I just want to know what this pitch is about.
No, it's a real show. Jessie.
Hey, Jessie. Ooh.
We got a song.
We're watching an episode of Jessie after this.
What?
But no, like, does this mean everything like even Disney TV and everything like that as well?
Everything like that. Everything
ABC?
Disney. ABC. So they're pulling
1, 2, 3?
1, 2, 3, ABC.
You and me.
So the reason I think that it's important topic, right, is what I was just telling you guys before we started, but is that I think this is a turning point culturally, or at least the way we consume media. So it's going to be that sort of change, right? Because we're used to consuming huge amounts of media. We only pay Netflix for it, and we get everything, and it's wonderful.
Right.
Right now, Disney's made a decision that's going to make them a lot of money.
And it's a bad decision.
Because it's bad for who?
It's bad for us because if you start getting... It's bad for a number of reasons. One of the reasons when this story broke a month ago...
I'm going to clarify that again.
It was just funny because like a month ago they said, hey...
A month ago they said they're going to have a streaming service.
And we're pulling all our stuff from Netflix.
But they
Not
didn't
all our
know about Marvel or Star Wars at that point.
But
I'll back Jacob on this one.
No, because what they said was, I read the article and it said last month they said, we're pulling all our stuff from Netflix. We don't know to what extent, but we're going to pull all our stuff from Netflix.
Yeah.
And then people said, what about Marvel and Star Wars? They're like, well, we'll see. And then today they kind of went, yeah, we're not doing that.
Well, they were in talks, like Netflix and them, like there was big corporate talks, and it was all in the news, and they were trying to pay more for more time with them.
But the reason this is a bad idea is because if you start getting specialized channels that you're paying for, that reeks of cable, which is what everyone has hated.
Which is why Netflix is so popular, because we don't have to do cable.
Yep.
And so the fact that they're specializing, I think that's a bad idea because, one, they're assuming that everyone's going to go buy their channel, which people aren't.
I won't.
I won't either.
I mean, for the Marvel, maybe.
But I just feel like they're going to realize fairly quickly that people aren't willing to pay that extra $7 or $8 for another channel.
Do you wonder if they're maybe going to get other people's material as well, or content?
I don't
Well, they
know.
could buy them. I mean, it's Disney, right?
Yeah.
Do whatever they want, I
bought
guess.
Star Wars. They bought Marvel.
Okay, let me ask you this, though. I'm going to play the devil's advocate here because it's kind of a new thing for me on this show. Do you think when you see like Rogue One on the Netflix screen, does it kind of cheapen Rogue One? I mean, no, like for real,
That's funny. That's
you get you get the brand new Marvel movie, whatever it is, like Ant-Man, and not that we were big fans of Ant-Man, but it's like, hey, trending on Netflix, and it's Ant-Man or Doctor Strange, and you go, yeah, that came out 3 months ago, like, I'll watch it because Netflix for me is like, that's not destination viewing. That's when I'm like, I'm bored, it's late, and I need background noise. And so for me, it cheapens any movie that's on there.
That's
I am
interesting.
genuinely surprised when I see a good movie pop up on Netflix.
Okay, good point.
Like it's, oh, wow, this is on here? Great.
I'll put it in my list and watch it in a few months.
It actually does the opposite thing for me that it does for Kent. Is I'll see it and I'll think, I kind of think of Netflix as this sort of like backdoor way to watch some random content, and
Yeah.
then suddenly there's Rogue One, and I'm like, holy cow, this is like a real thing. How did they do that?
Yeah, but do you hold on.
Rogwe One? What is Rogwe One?
Do you watch it?
No, I don't.
No, you don't.
Well, mostly because I don't rewatch the Star Wars or Marvel shows because I see them once in the theater, and that's more than
Doesn't
enough.
it kind of feel like it's for kids? Like you're like, hey, kids, you want to watch the new Star Wars?
That's
and
exactly-
here it is. Let's
that's
turn this on
exactly
a
it.
million times.
And they just play it over and over and over again. Yeah.
But at the same time, because I have my Netflix subscription, because I have my BitAngel subscription, because I have my ClearPlay subscription, I don't really buy movies anymore because I'm like, I can just rent them or watch them at any time on this thing. So I don't buy the DVDs as often. So it's kind of like I own them by having Netflix.
Okay.
I mean, I see the same thing with my DVDs where I'm like, they're there. I rarely watch them anymore because I always have Netflix or Amazon.
Okay, and it is so easy to stream. I am a traditionalist. So I, like, for example, Dunkirk comes out on Blu-ray. I will buy it day one. But if I saw Dunkirk on Netflix, I wouldn't watch it day one. I'd be like, I'll watch that in the future.
Because
that
he's not
sounds
a true
just
Nolan
fine.
fan.
No, but like Netflix for me is like, it's all SD pretty much. I mean, even on an HD TV, it's like all okay. And then I'll be like, yeah, I'll watch that at some point.
They stream in 1080p, don't they?
But I don't care. That's the thing. It's like,
Well, where Netflix
It's like a
succeeds-
I'll watch
mindset.
Arrow. Like I'll watch Arrow because I'm doing other things while watching Netflix.
That's still a bad decision.
Yeah, I totally agree. Or Defenders, which is
But
absolutely terrible.
where Netflix succeeds is in television shows. Like that's what people use it for. They binge watch TV
Yes.
shows, and that is a great thing for it because it plays episode after episode after episode. I've had it before where a movie ended and it started trying to play a random other movie, and I'm like,
Really?
what are you doing? Like it was bizarre. I was like, don't try to play another movie. When I want a movie, it's one and done.
Yeah. What if it played 3 movies and at the end of the 3rd movie, it's like, are you still watching, Joel?
Probably
And you're
would.
like, I just watched 3 movies.
Every time I get that message, I'm like, what am I doing with my life?
No, you say, don't.
No, it does
don't
really make you
judge
question
me.
yourself. Okay, a couple questions. Is this going to kill Netflix? Is this going to hurt Netflix?
No.
What's going to be the extent of this damage?
0%. Because they had to deal with Disney, I think it was 5 years ago, dropped a year later, and then Disney came kind of crawling back because Netflix was so big at the time, about 2 years ago, and they dropped again, and they went to, and I think that either they'll be back, this may fail for them, or it'll just be like this really, I don't know, privatized channel that few people have.
Well, and Disney is notorious too for hoarding their movies and putting them quote unquote back in the vault.
In the vault.
Where you can't get them and now you can. So the fact that they were available for streaming, I'm sure was making them go, well, we're not selling as much. But the truth is people aren't buying as much.
Okay, let's say this Netflix streaming service cost $5 a month.
Wait, Netflix as it stands?
Did I say Netflix?
Disney.
Disney is what I mean.
Okay.
So in addition, I'd be paying another $5.
That's it. $5 a month for everything Disney. Are you in?
So, Jake, if I
Okay.
may,
All right.
I'm going to play devil's advocate again.
Mm-hmm.
Why would you do this when torrents exist? When your friends can be pirates and pirate anything for you and put it on a Plex server?
I do not endorse this. And
Oh, Joel, you should
as
get on
as
this.
a member
It
of
is-
the FBI, I
It
do
is-
not endorse this.
That's it. Plex is wonderful. It is absolutely wonderful. I mean,
But you bring
yes.
up a good point that there are various ways to watch something on the internet. I mean, there's bad versions. I mean, I've
Yeah.
pulled up a terrible backwards, like not backwards, they flip the picture
Mm-hmm.
in YouTube and play it just a little bit faster, a little bit slower to get past the censors or whatever. But
Yeah.
you can find stuff online all the time. And it's not like it's hard to find a Disney movie either online or in the DI bin.
Yeah,
Do you think they're encouraging pirating?
Maybe.
I think yes. But it's also, here's the bummer for me, and anyone with young kids really, is like Sophia the First, for example, is a show that my daughters like to watch, and it sounds like that's going to be gone.
My kids watch the Criterion Collection.
Well, that gets,
no.
that gets to my $5 question.
Yeah.
Right? Let's say they have a fantastic platform, right? It's really easy to use. It's intuitive. They let you link with whatever, and it's only $5 a month, and you get everything Marvel, Kent. Everything Marvel.
Oh, good.
All the Star
money,
Wars.
please.
You get all the kids shows.
Yeah.
You get the Pixar that you can't live without. Everything like that.
Still no.
Still no?
Because I bought most of the Disney movies that I want my kids to see. And if they want to watch, if Sophia the First isn't on there, they'll find something else to watch. Netflix has a ton of original children's programming.
Yes, but also Amazon got into the game. Hulu got into the game. I think
Yep.
Amazon has all of Nickelodeon shows, which used to be on Netflix, but now they're gone.
Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Yeah, Avatar's gone as well. And even Amazon is losing stuff as well. It lost their HBO contract.
Did
I
they?
feel like these main
Let's see.
sources, these main two sources, and Hulu to a lesser extent, right? They started with everything, and they were like, yeah, it's all the same content, and then they've gone elsewhere, whether it's like CBS.com
I
or
hate
you name
CBS.
it. Yeah.
But I think this only hurts them. I think this only hurts Disney. I think
It hurts Disney?
Well, yeah, because for example,
How
We don't
much
know their
Netflix is
Netflix
paying
deal.
them? Yeah, there's
For
got to be
ex-
a bunch of money, though.
right. But for example, I'm thinking of cartoons, and you can find a lot of Disney cartoons on Netflix currently. You can't find like Looney Tunes, like Bugs Bunny. My kids, I have to search on like YouTube to find any cartoon of Bugs Bunny for my kids because they're not streaming anywhere. They don't know them as well, and they don't care about them. They're more interested in Disney, and I think it's going to be the same thing. If Disney goes away, they'll be like, well, there's other things to watch, and they'll know DreamWorks characters better than Disney characters.
That's a good point.
Because I think DreamWorks is going to succeed with this.
interesting.
I think, Fox 13.
You're right. DreamWorks actually with Netflix has they don't have very good animated shows like the TV versions of their movies.
Yeah.
But they're there. They're very prevalent.
And kids don't need good. They just need moving colors.
It's so true. Kids are so dumb.
As the FBI, I disagree with that.
I heard in a class recently, there was the teacher was talking about her 15-year-old daughter and how she would watch these cartoons, and it was like totally cool with her. And then suddenly she just woke up one day and thought, wait a minute, this is just the same show over and over again.
Yeah.
And it was like that turning point that she witnessed. It was
Except sometimes that works out great. Like Phineas and Ferb, it's the same show over and over again, but dang it, I think it's hilarious.
Yeah, I mean there are certain shows that are higher quality.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And that's on there, and my kids can watch that. That's
but it won't be. That is Disney.
Is that Disney?
Yes.
That's Disney. Well,
Oh no, it looks
sorry,
like Joel's
kids.
paying $5.
No, it looks like my kids are going to find something else to watch.
So-
or I'll just buy the DVDs, which are going to be dirt cheap, and not pay that $5 a month.
not the $5. I think it's going to be more than that.
No,
honestly.
I already pay. I pay like $17 a month for Netflix because I have the DVD plan.
Right.
Because it gives me more access to more than what I want. So if my kids want to watch something, I'll just get the DVD.
Hear me out here. What if this brings cable back? Because we do already have the Sling box, which comes with Roku.
That's
you
interesting.
pay $20 a month, and you already get the Disney package with that.
Cable's not going to come back unless it drastically changes the way it comes like to your house.
But what if they counteract everything that's going on with Netflix? I mean, even Hulu charges, and they still have commercials.
Hulu's terrible?
Did you hear about the YouTube TV came to Utah?
Oh no! So they announced that a while ago, but I've not seen anything like significant.
This is an online DVR, and it records every episode of every TV show.
Okay.
Right? And you just go onto YouTube and you can watch anything, anytime. It's $35 a month.
Ugh. Are you serious?
It's terrible.
It'd probably be like, I watch Phineas and Ferb at 3 a.m. Have you seen those stupid kids videos? I could go for hours about those stupid kid videos. Yeah.
Next
Yeah.
Bacon Bit.
Yeah.
No, he'll do it on Ronin.
I've done it on Ronin. $35? Are you kidding me?
$35. I checked it out and I was like, hey, this is really interesting. And like scroll, $35. Like, are they out of their minds? Do they know what we pay for other stuff? Like,
And I feel bad because I know a lot of money goes into production of these television shows, which is fine. But I think a lot of the entertainment industry is kind of set in their ways and highly overpaid and expect to always be paid that. But they got to realize the industry's changing and their pay structure needs to change as well, which means the price structure on our end needs to change.
that's true. That's a good point.
Wait, so does Netflix start charging more, even though they'll have
No.
less? Because they are like severely bankrupt right now.
Well, also,
They are. It's weird how they keep investing. They're like, let's just spend another $20 billion that we don't have.
Yes.
Yeah.
but I also think, I mean, this has been the worst box office in theaters for
25 years.
Yeah, in 25 years. And people aren't going to see movies, and it's because they can get it a lot easier and cheaper and more comfortable
Is
at
it just
home.
because there hasn't been good movies?
Well, the summer's been good.
But that's what I'm saying. Is I
Better than
think it's
last.
because they think they need to charge. And well, this is one of the issues. I think originality is an issue. I think political issues are melding with Hollywood, and people are getting bugged with that too.
Right.
But I think also tickets and the cost of a movie these days is so outrageous. And it's because a lot of it has to do with the actors getting paid exorbitant amount of fees and stuff like that. I mean, $10 million for one actor is going to bump up the budget for the movie.
Yeah.
They need to start bumping those prices down if they want to bring people back.
Which is why it's crazy that one of the co-founders of Netflix is now running the Movie Pass, which is a subscription-based model.
Which has the worst platform ever, by the way. Have you tried to use it or sign up?
No.
It has
Jake, I see for you. I
piles
don't know
of
if you know
complaints.
Yeah, he doesn't have to pay
Oh,
for any
yeah,
movies.
yeah.
No, so I have a few friends that bought it recently, the pass, and it took them about a month to get there, and I don't know if they've used it yet.
It's a giant pain, and everything's buggy, and just like their web page as well as the app have all just riddled with errors. Right?
Okay.
You go and look at the reviews. It's like, I love this idea. Too bad the crap doesn't work.
But it's weird. Like, if I were Netflix, if I were running Netflix, because they do things now, and this is another show, where they'll buy Sundance movies, which are like really good films that they want to push for Oscar season, and then they'll put them on and it'll be like, new on Netflix, and it's like this amazing movie about warlords in Africa.
Well,
and then it gets lost in the Netflix shuffle under
that's the
Fuller House
problem.
season 2.
Yeah.
There is so much content they're pushing on Netflix, which
Yes.
is fine. They can do original content, but it's hard to market all those at the same time, and they just get lost in the
I
shuffle.
think they need to work with this Movie Pass and then put Netflix movies in theaters for at least a month before they
Now
ever
you're
go to
sounding
Netflix.
like Christopher Nolan.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
Because, yeah, Christopher Nolan came out and said he's never going to work with Netflix.
Thank you.
Because he feels like that we're losing the theatrical experience by putting stuff directly on Netflix. And he said Amazon, they will release it for 90 days in theaters, and then they'll put it on
Amazon
streaming.
is killing it.
And he feels like that's the way it should be done. You should be putting it in theaters. Because I don't know why Netflix is fighting theaters. They should be working with theaters.
Look, we all have big TVs. Well, I'm generalizing here. We have big TVs.
I don't
We
know.
don't all have big TVs like
sorry.
you, Kent, okay?
You got your 20-inch TV.
His whole
TV
wall.
envy.
If you can't see the room here, but his whole wall is a TV in here. The ceiling's a TV too.
It is.
It's actually both walls, so it's surrounding him.
Nice.
So, but that's the thing. It's
Why
like,
is it just pictures of you on the TV right now?
it's my
And
screensaver.
flames behind. That's weird.
It's me walking away from flames all the time.
In slow motion.
Let's make that the image. No, but it's like we all appreciate sitting on like a couch and just being cozy and not dealing with annoying people sitting by us in the theater. Sorry, this is a whole nother show altogether.
Yeah.
But
movie
the thing
theater
is,
etiquette show?
there is a theater for a reason. Like a theater experience is great, and I think Netflix isn't quite nailing that. So maybe they are going to fall behind in terms of losing content, and also just their content not being great.
It's weird to think about the fact that Netflix isn't going to be around forever either. Because you think
Yeah.
about it in Blockbuster and Hollywood Video back in the day,
yeah.
it was like, these are going to be around forever. And all of a sudden Netflix came along and Redbox came along. It's like, nope, they're gone.
Well, that's why Netflix has got into, at least why I think they've gotten into the content creation, is so that they're an entity unto themselves and they can stick around.
Well, they did make a pretty severe shift from DVDs to streaming too.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, it's no longer Netflix.com. If you want to go to your DVD queue, it's DVD.com.
Really?
Yeah,
They
switched
got
that out.
DVD.com.
They have DVD.com.
That URL is killer.
So
They were like, they still make
They
VHS.
paid like $1 million for that.
Usually, they
URL.
also got VHS.org.
But it's about time they have a fundraiser.
It is.
Yeah.
Okay, so final question here is, are all the other networks going to end up following suit here? Are we going to have NBC Zone streaming service that you pay for, CBS,
Well-
Fox, and if HBO is already separating from Amazon?
So they already have. I mean, back in the day, Hulu had almost every channel except for CBS. They did their own thing, but you could find NBC content on NBC. You could find CW content on CW, ABC content on ABC.
Right.
But having it a one-stop shop, I feel, is the best possible option because otherwise, it's no different than cable. Why would you want to do that?
Right.
I know why they want to do it.
Right.
Because they want people to come to their site and they want to get all the monies. But from a consumer perspective, that's not what we want anymore. That's not the way we consume media.
So they're not concerned about the customer anymore.
No.
Is
No.
kind
They're
of the way.
concerned about their
yeah.
bottom line.
I think there will be bidding wars for each station. I think only recently has it started. Like CW used to have random shows on Netflix, but as of last year, maybe 2 years ago, they said everything, as soon as it is released, like at the end of the season, we're going to have Flash season 3 on Netflix, and it won't be on DVD for a while. And so there are exclusive contracts coming. And so I think this is a way for these companies like ABC, CBS, NBC, Fox to basically go for the highest bidder.
Can I ask you guys a question?
Yeah.
Do you watch anything live anymore on TV?
What is that?
I thought about
You
this
mean
the
like
other day.
when they do like
Isn't this
Grease
crazy?
Live?
No.
No,
I thought
haven't
about this,
forever.
I thought about this the other day, and I realized no, I really don't.
I haven't for like 5 years.
Like I used to make
No, more
that's
than
not
that.
entirely true. Like
Long
I
time.
tried to. I watched like the season finale of Survivor when that comes on. Like,
Okay.
so I don't get spoiled the
Bachelor.
next day. Ken said The Bachelor. In case you didn't hear that. So there are some times when I'll do it for like a finale, so I don't get spoiled. But I really can't think of any show that I don't watch on a 1 day delay at least.
The only thing I watch live is elections. Like that's the only
Okay.
time I have like plugged in the antenna into my television and watched something live.
You know, I think
The last,
TV
like,
has
10
changed
years,
so much.
yeah.
I think sometimes there's destination viewing, and I think it's more reality shows that wouldn't play so well after. Like for me, wrestling would be something that I would have to watch day of if I still liked wrestling, because then the internet would have all the stuff all over the next
And well,
day.
none of us are sports peoples,
Right.
But
Yeah, sports.
Sports is one of those. Whenever I tell people they should cut cable, because I haven't had cable for since I've been married, and we've never missed it, but we don't watch a lot of sports.
Well, yeah, like we're hardly men here. We don't have bearskin rugs that we're sitting on and watching football.
it's because you have a
right?
TV on the floor here.
It's a TV. This entire room, everything is a
In
TV.
fact, I think that the picture on there is you on a bearskin rug. That's weird.
Sorry.
For one, I'm grateful.
I feel like we veered off the BaconBit topic,
Okay,
though, and
yeah.
now we're like into an actual show topic
Yeah.
we could do.
Well, let's wrap it up then. Any other thoughts on Netflix?
I think, Disney will continue to do well because it's Disney and they know how to make money. They really do. And they typically know what the customer wants, unless it's live action movies. For them, I mean, except for like
sequels.
outside of the tentpole movies, like, John Carter and all that kind of stuff, or Lone Ranger.
Let's
But
end with predictions. Will this streaming service work? Yes or no?
it will work fine enough, but it will not compete, will not be seen as one of the big 2 or 3.
No,
Okay.
I agree. Netflix is one of the biggest sources of like data usage on phones and on cable, like internet. People are streaming Netflix all the time. It is a huge, huge part of the internet, and Disney's not going to beat that. So I think Disney's going to do their thing, or they could even back out beforehand, but they're going to come back to Netflix eventually.
Yeah, I agree.
Cool predictions. All right.
Very cool.
Cool predictions.
Cool predictions, dudes.
All right, so that's been our random discussion bacon bit.
Yeah, we'll see if we do one of those again. Hey, hopefully you get to hear this.
Nice.
Real nice.